All right, you guys, I am so excited for tonight's Zoom with Ashlyn. You guys give her a lot of encouragement. She cracks me up. She is an amazing teacher and leader, and she always is so willing to share all of the things. And what a perfect person to share on what apps to use, creating stories and slides, and how she makes things look so effortlessly. And I know a lot of us just want to see really how to do that. And then I'm going to drop you guys in a message in the comments at the end that I'm just sending to get customers right now. So I want to make sure that I'm showing you guys something that you can also utilize while you create and do the things on how can you add more customers. I'm going to share this because we still have that free coffee with anything over $100. So I want to make sure you guys know what I'm sending and how I'm creating that conversation. But Ashlyn is been around for a little bit. She's got a great story. I'm going to have her share a little bit. And don't worry if you've never created stories or posts and you've just kind of copied, but you want to expand and learn and do more things. I think the main thing is just be willing to try. And I think this video or this training is going to be so helpful for us just to kind of follow back up on and learn and have a place to go. Let's go watch the Zoom if we need to share with newbies on how we can do some training on creating stories and posts and slides and all that good stuff. So Ashlyn, you should be able to unmute. And if you can just give us a little background story, it'd be great.
Hey everybody, my name is Ashlyn. I'm from a super small town in Arkansas. I joined this business a little over 7 years ago. It'll be 8 in September, so I'm ancient in the business now. But whenever I started, I had zero experience in anything like this. I didn't know how to make story slides or anything like all this stuff that we do now. I just learned over time. But I had never done network marketing. I was rarely on social media at all. So all the odds were against me whenever I came across this, but I just knew that I had to make a change for my family. We were struggling, we were broke, we were drowning in debt and working jobs that we hated. And there had to be more out there for us than, just the constant struggle. And so when I came across this, it didn't take me very long. I know that a lot of people come across this and they watch for months and years or whatever, but it didn't take me very long to join. I actually had seen it in the middle of the week and my uncle had passed away and I went to his funeral and came back that next Monday after the weekend and actually joined the business. So it only took me a few days. And I found the girl that I started with through social media, through Facebook. She was celebrating her ambassador promotion in New York. And that is a dream vacation of mine. And I was like, if she's doing that off of money from social media, that's what I need to be doing. So that's why I reached out. And I actually took my light bill money to start this whenever I joined. My husband was very angry with me, but I just told him to trust me and let me try this. And, I was doing like surveys, filling out surveys online where you fill out like 10 million for 10 cents. And that wasn't making a difference in our lives. So anyways, but so whenever I got started, I had kind of a rocky start. Actually, I battled with myself of if I could even really do it. I had quit everything I ever started. And I had zero belief in myself that I could make this work. But I kept posting. I listened to my enroller and, I posted nonstop all day, every day. Like our posts are very cringy from 2015, 16, back in the day, they weren't very eye attractive like they are now. But I just did that over and over. And I found 2 customers that I didn't even really know. They were just on my social media. And you needed 4 to get your shopping spree back then. I begged my mom to join as a customer. None of my family wanted to support me. And that was when I thought maybe this wasn't for me. But after I finally got her to join as a customer, I signed my husband up as a last resort. I don't recommend doing that, but I did. I wanted that shopping spree. And so I signed him up as a customer, got it. And I thought, well, I've earned this. Maybe I can at least, make my money back from joining. Well, then they announced an It Works cruise to the Bahamas. And I had never been on a cruise, so that really got me pumped up. and I worked my tail off for that. I went Ruby, and it was just, my business exploded from there. And, I really caught the vision of it. And whenever I remember, one of my first goals with this business was just to be able to buy groceries and not have to worry about my card declining at Walmart. And that was a huge thing for us. I had to put it on credit cards. We didn't always have the extra money to, go get my nails done or go on a vacation or do anything really. We were just struggling to pay the bills. And so anyways, fast forward a little bit, I promoted up. I went diamond in the business. I went double diamond. And then I kind of had a little bit of life hit me. We were struggling through infertility. I was diagnosed with diabetes, and just everything in my life fell apart. And I couldn't pour myself into the business like I wanted to. And I was just kind of living off my residuals, honestly. So I wouldn't recommend any of that because it hurt me in the long run. But I'm so forever grateful for this business allowing me to take time to be present, take care of my health, not have to worry about a job that I have to check in with a boss or anything like that. And so I dove back into it after I've gotten everything straightened out. I've completely reversed everything, got my health back on track. We're starting the fertility process again now. And my business is booming again. And that just goes to show you that no matter what walks through your life, you can pick up where you left off and you can dive right back in and make it happen, because there are people out there around every single corner wanting products that we have and wanting this opportunity.
Oh, funny.
And if I could go back, of course, I wouldn't slow down. I would keep the gas to the pedal to the metal.
Hold on, Ashlyn. I muted you. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But anyways, so fast forward to now, and we are thriving. We've been able to pay off thousands in debt just solely from my checks from this business. We were able to move out of the crappy apartment that we were in. We've got into our home, and we're able to travel more. It's less stress on my marriage. We're not fighting about finances. And this business has just been a huge blessing to me. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell.
I mean, I love your story, and probably during some of those times you don't love your story. And so it's such a reminder of you guys still continue to post. People don't always know that, like, when they're ready, they're ready. And I think that's such a reminder of, they don't know that maybe you aren't doing the business, or you kind of let it ride out on coast. And so just act like you're back, like you're in it. And because they're not scrolling back months and months and looking at that, like, that is the key to this, is just being consistent and jumping back in. And for those that are new and just starting, jump in. Like, they don't know that you're not an expert yet. You're just putting yourself out there so that you have the conversations. And even going back to, like, a couple of weeks ago, is like having creating 10 conversations. Like, that's stuck with me, hearing that, not just getting like host to post up or doing the task, but creating those conversations. So I love that you walked people through that, because we're all going to have life, and we all get to make a choice, and like, what are we going to do? And it's so good here. It's been amazing. And hearing that you wanted to go on that trip, like, we have a trip available that you all can go after and earn points to, and earn a free trip to Jamaica. So super excited about that. All of these bonuses as well, a ruby bonus, an emerald bonus, a diamond, double, triple, all the way up to ambassador bonuses. So we have a lot on the line here for everybody that wants to make some money as they're growing and trying to earn this trip to Jamaica. And some of the things that I love that Ashlyn's going to share is, how do we start, Ashlyn? What are some of these apps that you use? Because sometimes I'm like, will you make me a post? Will you make me a pretty like slide? Because you do so many slides. And Madison, I see you on. This is for you too, girl, because she's always like, can you make me a post? And I'm like, I'm not that good. I'm so basic. But that just shows you that we just need to get them out there. So what are some of the apps that you use to kind of use the stories and shout people out in promotions?
So my all-time favorite app that is my go-to is GoDaddy Studios. It used to be Over, But so if you've had it for a while and you know of it as that, that's probably what you're thinking of. But so GoDaddy Studios airbrush to edit kind of, I just use it really for my face to kind of get blemishes away or wrinkles or, maybe whiten your teeth, things that us women want to fix on our pictures. But that's one of my favorites also. And I use that to blur the backgrounds of my pictures. It's super easy. For collages, I really like PixArt, using that one. You can use that as a free version and putting stickers and stuff on your pictures, but I don't really use that one a whole lot. I use GoDaddy the Studios the most. GoDaddy Studios, I've seen in the comments, is there a cost? It did have a cost, but it was $99 a year. But there are free things that you can get within the app. And I haven't paid it in over a year. So I don't know, it's still working as normal. So maybe they have like everything that I use on free version. So I would definitely just test it out first before you even attempted to pay for it, and make sure that everything that you use on there regularly is free. So, but there are other free apps like Canva. There's a lot of free stuff on Canva that you can use. There is a paid version of it as well. So you'll see that some of the things on there are locked and that you do have to pay for those, but you can pretty much make your slide with the free versions of these apps. You don't have to pay for them. So another one is Lightroom for editing my pictures. That is my favorite. I highly suggest you guys going to Etsy, get a Lightroom pack. You can literally type in mobile Lightroom presets. You want to do it mobile. I mean, if you want to edit them on your computer, you can do the desktop version, but I like to have them on my phone. It's just so much easier. And you can get a huge pack of presets for like $5 or under. There's some that are like $1 or $2. They're not very expensive, and you can download them onto your Lightroom app, and that is going to put a filter on your pictures so that all your content can kind of look the same. So if you go to your Instagram and you slide down your grid, you'll see that all your pictures kind of have that same tint to them. And that's so much more eye attractive to people than, dark pictures, blurry pictures, and black and white pictures, or super bright ones. When it's all mixed up, it doesn't look as good as it does when they match. So, Mojo, I have heard of that one. I tried to use it a long time ago, but I haven't messed with it lately. But like I said, GoDaddy Studios is my favorite. So
I love that. So this is one that I don't know if you guys use, but I'm lazy and I want things pre-made. So for me, I use In Stories. I'm going to have you, Ashlyn, drop in the chat the apps that you use so people can see that. But In Stories is one that I really use and kind of cheat with because they already have fonts on there. They already have like video, like how to create a reel and stuff. So that one is the one that I probably use the most for creating pictures and things to put on Instagram and Facebook and stories. And you guys, one of the things is you'll get better as you go. So if you start seeing like people's pictures and they're nice and bright, you're going to be more in tune to go, I want to do that too. So always have that light facing forward on your face rather than behind you. And you'll start to learn those things. So making sure that, if you're looking out the window, that light's coming on your face, it just brightens you up a little bit. And that Lightroom, like that one was huge for me. I like nice and bright things. Like I'm attracted to whites. So what are some of the things that you, especially if you're new or if you're like, I'm ready to just kind of make some things stand out, what are some things that you're attracted to naturally when you go to Facebook or really Instagram? What do you look at? Do you look at the lights? Do you look at the moody? Like some people are really moody. I feel like moody's in right now too. Like I'm kind of, if you go to my Facebook, I went to a moody like background and it's not beachy, which is kind of hard for me right now. But what are you attracted to? And that'll make people be attracted to you as well. Kind of those pillars we talk about even in stories. Do you like cats? Do you talk about, like God first, family, what are you into? And that's usually what you're going to start looking at to do that. Can you screen share at all and show us how to do one of your apps.
Yes. So I'm on here on my phone. It's Ash Brown. Can you allow that one to screen share?
See. Ash Brown. Find you. There's a lot of A's. Where's it? Did I pass it? Can you find it? Ash Brown. You don't see it as co-host yet, do you, Ashlyn? It's just
No.
Ash.
Yeah, so I just commented in the chat.
Okay, perfect. I'll scroll down. Okay. Joel's helping me. Let's see if he can get it. I don't know why it's. You guys are being very patient. Thank you.
They said it'll be at the bottom.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You should be good.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do it on the GoDaddy Studios because that's the one that I use the most. So that's the one I'm most familiar with. I know a lot of people use Canva to create, but for me, it's a little confusing.
I feel you. This is the one I used to, so I love this one.
Okay, so this is a picture that I made earlier that I am going to share my story with. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys how I made this. So what I like to do when I'm making stories that are going together, I'll go through here and duplicate after I've made my first one. But, okay, so I'm gonna take the text off. Let me do it this way. Okay, I want to show you how I've made this. Okay, so you'll start with a blank canvas. You can actually, if you want to just click your plus sign, it'll go straight to pictures, but I had already started that one. But we'll go here. So I'm going to show you guys these top two pictures first. This first one is facing the light, and the second one is away from the light. So this is me right now, right before the Zoom. This is the importance in taking a picture towards my window and away from my window. Do you see the difference? It's so much easier to edit a picture where you don't have any shadows in it or anything. So you guys, if you have a window in your house, I definitely recommend go taking your pictures in front of it. Because they will look a lot better. Okay, I'm gonna get this picture. And this is going to be my background. Okay, so you want to scroll over to story because if you don't, it will cut off words when you go to upload it on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, my favorite thing to put on it right now is the tint. So you may see how people are doing the moody pictures and they're darker. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So you click on the picture, you click edit, you'll scroll over here to tint. And you'll do color and black, and then take the I'm not even gonna try to say that word, but y'all know what it is. Opacity or whatever.
Hey, you did that really good. I was gonna say it, but you said it great.
I don't think I've ever even heard anybody say it, so I don't even know what it would be. Okay, so you're gonna take the tint down a little bit so that it's not completely covering your photo where people can't see you. And then I am going to make it a little larger and put my word on. So you'll click text. Hey, I'm Ashlyn, whatever you want to write on there. I had that in the top corner, and this was me actually just sharing my story. So I have over here in my notes, actually, I could do it, is my next slide that I'm going to make with this. So I will just copy them over and make this one with you guys.
You guys, she just shared as she's uploading this, utilize your notes section. So tonight, if you want to tell yourself a little bit, like when you're watching this, see how she words it. And some of you might be able to even kind of copy her wording, what she's doing, but put this in notes so that you can just go copy and paste. It helps so much.
Yes. And you can change the text, the fonts, so that they stick out. But something that I did, so you kind of get the point of that. But something that I did on the other picture is I added an image on top. So I went back and found that same picture and I put it over the top of this one. This is going to make sense in a second, I promise. And then I'm going to put it over here under my words. So that's the great thing about over, is that you can layer things. And then I'm going to put a small tint on this one to where it's not as dark, because I don't want my face to be completely gone. But if you get it too light, your words don't stick out as much. So what I'm going to do with this picture, edit again, go down here to mask, and I'm going to take off the bottom because the bottom's darker. See how it did that?
Holy cow, I've never done that one, Ashlyn. I'm learning too. I love it.
Now my other one was a little bit more perfect. I put more time into that one, but and then you can go in. So this one is brighter, and then you can make this one, make sure you're on your bottom one. There we go. You can make the tint on this one a little darker so that your words are sticking out better. And you can even blur it a little bit if you wanted. That's going to help the words pop off of the picture so that people can actually read it. Something that I really love to put behind my words is a shadow, especially on darker pictures like this, because it kind of helps them stick out better. What is the name of this app? This is the app GoDaddy Studios. So it looks like this one in the middle right here. Okay. And then you would just, put it on your picture how you want. You don't want to get too close to the bottom, because at the bottom on your stories is where people see like their like and love and haha faces, so you'll cover the words. And then at the top is usually your username for your Facebook or your Instagram. So you don't want to put them too low again. Or sorry, I was reading the chat again and said it, but anyway. Okay, so I will show you guys how to do that one more time. So you just go to mask and you can erase, this one's erased, but you can erase the bottom. And then if you do the second one over, it makes it where it's not as much of a harsh line, you know what I mean? So that it's not like a complete straight line like this one.
And for those of you that are completely lost, at least you know how to go create a picture, and then you can darken it and put the words too. So don't freak out if you're like, oh my gosh, like she showed you a really good basic, like walk us back through that again, Ashlyn, without the blurred, like what you just do, adding, because I think people, once they have that down, they'll be able to do that too.
Okay. All right, so I added another picture on top of the picture that's already tinted. That one's on the bottom, okay? So you just go back to your gallery to add that one. You're going to click these little 3 square looking things up here at the top, and that is going to allow you to move your things within each other. So like you can layer things. So now those words are on the bottom of the picture. I'm sure you catch my drift with that. So you're going to go in and tint this one, but I don't want it to be as dark because you want your face to pop on your pictures, but you also want to be able to see your words. So when you come down here to the bottom, you'll see mask. And if you remove the top, or well, it shows the bottom layer picture underneath. It's darker. And you can even go in and edit that bottom one to make it even darker. And if you'll see right here, I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah. Okay.
Ashlyn, people are getting a little lost with it. So
Okay.
you did this. If you guys want to learn how to do the layering, once you get it, like watch this again and you'll see it, but walk us through no layering. I want people to be able to go on, see how to just upload that picture from what. So can you walk back from the very beginning one more time?
Yep.
She'll do it for you guys. So I know a lot of people are like, this is a little advanced for some people. Like I don't do this, you guys. So, but I learned that this is cool for the layering. But if somebody's like, okay, I've never done this before, I just want to go into the GoDaddy Studio and create something. So go, she's in her GoDaddy Studio now, you guys.
We're gonna start back.
Yep.
Okay,
She's
so down here. Sorry, go ahead.
So she just clicked on her GoDaddy Studio, and this is what it's going to pop up. You're going to see projects, folders, that little plus sign. So go ahead and walk them through that, what you're going to do.
Okay, so you'll click the plus sign, you'll go to image, scroll and find your image, or you can go to all photos, click albums. I have a little folder for content pictures already made. And you'll find your picture. Let's see, here's an easy one without
yeah, that's perfect.
so close up. So you want to scroll over and make sure that you click story, because if you click something else, it's going to take the words off whenever you post it, because it'll probably be too large or it just won't fit right. So make sure that you click story, click the check mark. So I move this over so that my words will fit. And you can come in and click edit, go to your tint, go to color, the black, and that thingy.
Yep.
And get it to where it's not too dark, but it's not too light, where you'll still be able to read the words. And then you're just simply going to come in here and click text and put on your text. Now hiring. Pick whatever font you want. I like to put a shadow behind it so that it pops a little bit. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but you can come down through here, pick any font you want. And if you don't see a font that you like that's already on there, you can click this up arrow button, and there's all kinds of fonts, and you just click on them and it'll give you whatever one you like. So that's a way to switch it up. And then you just put your words on. And for me, I have projects that I've already done. So like this one, and I'll come in here and copy my text from my last picture and put it on this one so that I don't have to retype it.
Yeah,
Now,
the first couple, you guys, will be you kind of typing it out, making it, and then saving it, and it will save in your projects, just like she did in her folder. And always, because we pretty much, when you're looking for people, it's pretty much the same thing that you see. But also, what I love that you just showed, Ashlyn, was get somebody, partner up with somebody, a spouse, a friend, go get some pictures with simple backgrounds, just like she did, a brick wall, because you can play around with so much of that.
Yep. And if you want to make it look even better, you can come down here to the style. It's right next to the font. Put it on one side and space it out so that it's not so crammed together. You can play with it, you guys. The more that you do these, the better at them you'll get. The better that you'll be able to layer things and blur backgrounds and all that good stuff. Whenever I first started these, I had no clue how to work it. And I started trying to do Canva and over back then, which is this, at the same time. And this just clicked for me. So whichever one clicks for you, stick with it and make them from there. But
You guys,
the more that you do
when
it,
she's getting her words, it's okay to look at other it works stories, just like what she has. Or if you go into my story, I put something in there too, looking for people. You can take a screenshot of that. And then when you're going to make yours, you can take the words right off of that and just type it yourself. I think that's the question that Michelle, if that was the question you were asking, just give me a yes, that was it. Because sometimes being new, I know you're like, what am I even supposed to say on this? And this is a perfect example. You're all going to give one-on-one personal training. You're going to be able to work from anywhere, unlimited weekly bonuses, because that's what we have here, uncapped income. You're going to make amazing friends, and you can do all of those. I think some of the things that stand out is paid 5 times per month. People like trips, the community, the amazing friends part. She really touched on a little bit of everybody's personalities of what they're looking for. So don't be afraid to just look at other people's and do this. And even if you see something else that you like, and then create your story too. Like, are you a mom of 3? You know, hi, like she was doing, hi, I'm Ashlyn. I would go to her Facebook and her Instagram and watch what she does and other top leaders. And then you guys are going to start going, I can do this too.
yeah, and make sure that you always put a call to action at the bottom. So I always put, you can even put your link in there if you have like a link to your application or something like that. But I always put this just so that some people honestly will read stuff and they're like, well, what do I do? How do I get a hold of her? So always put a call to action. And I just put this at the bottom. And it'll tell you when it's in the middle so that you don't have to do no measuring or nothing. So make sure that it's eye attractive. You don't want it to look like an ad. You don't want to put a bunch of it works all over it, black, green, bling, none of that stuff. Your selfies and your pictures like this do the best for these.
Yeah, this is great. And how did you, Ashlyn, when you're thinking of this, when people are like, how do you get your words? Have you come up with some things that you like on your own? Like share some of that. Or did you look at other people, how did you get it?
I just feel like this is the easiest one for me. I plug pictures into this on the go. And so I've stuck with this one for a while, but as for wording, like I just added not long ago, paid 5 times per month, earn a trip to Jamaica, stuff like that. I think I've seen that off of one of yours actually. So I just kind of take ideas from all the people that I follow and just kind of put it together as my own little thing. And then of course, like the one that we started out making is my story, a little bit about me, my pillars, my journey with the business and all that stuff, and then inviting people to join. But so those are more, of course, created upon me, but these are kind of just simple, everybody can use it.
Yep. So you guys, she's got it done. Now what's next to save and how do you upload it?
So now you will go to the little arrow in the square and click save. And you can click close and then go to your Instagram. I have my Instagram connected to my Facebook. And there you go. There's your picture.
And that's right in stories, guys. That's how easy that is. Hopefully you guys will all be able to do that. And some of these apps, you guys, are free for a certain time. I know a lot of people ask, is this cost money? There's trials where it's sometimes free. I know that I use a couple apps and it's worth it for me. Like you're in business, and I love that somebody said it's a write-off. If this is what you want to do and you're committed, I would do that, because then when you're bringing on people, you can say, okay, this is the app that I use and here's how to use it, and or direct them to the team pages so that you can go here, watch this video and watch how simple it is to actually create one yourself.
Yep.
I love that. So do you guys got that?
Something else real quick that I like about that is that you can go and take the picture out
Mm-hmm.
and save it like this. And then when you're on Instagram and you maybe you're in a hurry or something, whatever, you can go, let's see, content. And
All her good content pictures, you guys. I love it.
so you can go to draw. Now it's not going to look as great as it would on over because it's going to be a little darker. But if you click this little highlighter and go over to a color, that one's probably too dark, but you get my drift. And then click the little sticker looking thingy and go to your photos, take that picture, and it's there ready for you
Mm-hmm.
to put on a picture. So that's something else you can do if you don't want to use Over to do it, or GoDaddy Studios.
Yeah, I love being able to just add pictures on things. So, sometimes you guys, people are like showing a video and then they'll add photos of before and afters. A lot of them use Over or in the studio that she just showed you to do that. So you can actually upload in this studio app a video of you making coffee. Okay. And just like she did. So I'll do that. And then sometimes I'll go right over to my Instagram, upload the video that I just created. So it would look like what Ashlyn has on the screen right now. It says now hiring, but it'd just be like a video of whatever. I go into my Instagram, click on where I can add the photos, the little stickers, and in photos and add my pictures there. You can actually do that in studio. You can do that in Insta stories, in stories that I shared about, but I feel like I see a lot of people in reels right now doing videos with before and after pictures on there to get attention. And this is an app that's pretty simple. I mean, once you guys try it, yeah, just like that, you can go ahead and just add before and after pictures. So I've done that. You guys have seen me do that, create pictures before and after. So some helpful things for all of you, please. You guys always hear, be a product of the product. Take a full body shot multiple times and take your before and after so that you can upload them onto stuff like this because it's amazing. So I think that was super helpful. You guys, if that was helpful, can you drop a 1 so we know that that was helpful on that?
Also, I know you'd asked me about prepping content.
Yes.
If I know like this Easter one, obviously we knew Easter was fixing to happen. So I had this pre-made and ready. And after we had Easter lunch, I had my husband take a bunch of pictures of me in the parking lot. So it was ready to go. And I just plugged the picture in. But I will prep stuff like that ahead of time. Like if I'm going on vacation, I'll put, stickers on there, like maybe a palm tree or something if I'm going to the beach, like prep it ahead. But as for these, it's one slide. So I don't really have to mess with it a whole lot, but I will make content on Sundays to kind of go with it. So like this one, I always just come in here and plug in a different picture.
And people don't even realize that, you guys, like that you're putting the same wording all the time. Like they have no idea. But this is a great thing. She just walked you through, like I asked her, do you have content days or do you have other days? Like, that there's going to be times where you're getting ready. Just don't forget to start taking pictures. This is a business and I want you guys to know I want to make money, right? How can I start getting some more content and doing some things like this? Once you got it, it's not a whole lot. Like I recycle a lot of the same photos and getting to some of these meetings and taking pictures with other It Works distributors is so helpful too. Do you have any in your over your studio app that you have of other people in there? Like group photos or anything? I know you do. Yeah, see? Why
I
you
started this one. So whenever I find templates, I'll go in and start on it and save it and then work on it later. Because if you don't plug something into it, it won't save it. So I haven't completely finished it, but yeah, that's one of them.
when they're doing like trips and stuff, like if you're out I see Noelle on here. I'm like, you should be getting all the pictures on the beach right now that you can, because we have a trip to Jamaica that you're going for. So like some things like that, like, you know, we want to make sure you guys do that. So hopefully this was super, super helpful. Ashlyn, do you remember any of the other questions I sent you to ask? I mean,
Not that I can think of, other than just taking good pictures. I would say make sure that you're in good lighting. Cloudy days are amazing for pictures because it's not too sunny in your face and you can actually edit them instead of having to do a lot of extra work trying to take out shadows and all that stuff. But definitely doing Lightroom. I'll show you guys mine. Do Lightroom so that you can brighten your pictures. Like these, I took at our St. Louis event that wasn't too long ago. But the before picture is like super dark and it just doesn't pop. You want your pictures to pop and catch people's eye when they're scrolling by. So you want them to be bright and make sure that they're super sharp and zoomed in on you. Make sure that you're the focus. So I've cropped that one all up and everything, but I mean, you can tell like how much darker pictures are, just how much better they look whenever they have a filter on it.
yeah. And really, you guys, it's not like for me, I don't like go and like erase my wrinkles or anything like that. I just brighten it and it makes a huge difference. It's just more attractive. And you guys can see that. I know just looking through her photo album that she has, you can see just the difference of how bright they are. And I know a lot of people always ask me that, how do you get your pictures to look like that? I've used it for the same, I don't know how many years. It's the same one over and over because it's the color that I'm attracted to, nice and bright. So I appreciate that. So you guys know this Zoom was about really learning to take pictures. She showed you the difference of how the sun would be behind you or in front of you. You want the light on your face, not behind you. Now she just showed you how to create this app to brighten it. Which one do you use?
These are all my favorites that are saved. I don't remember which
But
one
you
I
use Lightroom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so do I. So Lightroom, so my go-tos are Lightroom, the studio that she just showed you, and then in stories, and once in a while I'll use Mojo. So she shared probably the most popular apps that almost everybody in Networks use, and even in other, you know, any business company, those are some of the most popular ones to use. So if you're like, okay, I want to invest, those would be the couple that I would absolutely do.
So I seen somebody said, is this free? Lightroom is free, but you have to buy the presets. But they're only a couple of dollars. You can find really good ones for like, I think I've paid like $3 for these. So they're super cheap and worth it to brighten your pictures. And then you can come in here and you can save them and name them whatever you want. So that you have them for your next picture. And then you can come in here and kind of adjust everything. Just try not to make them too bright like this. You don't want your pictures to be washed out. So make sure that your brightness is all the way up on your phone so that you can see how you're editing your pictures. But you can come in here and just adjust everything if as you need to. So, and make them, you know, more colorful if you want, or whatever you want to do, however you like your pictures. And then once you're done, you can click these 3 little dots and you can copy the settings and you can go to your next picture and paste it on this picture. It might not let me because it already has a preset, but it'll let you paste it on a new picture. And then that way all your pictures have the same filter. You can do a paid version of that and it'll let you kind of go through and do it all at once, but I don't pay for Lightroom, so I don't have that. So, but that's an easier way to do that.
Also, I love that you guys are asking questions. Go to the App Store and go click it, and you'll be able to see if it's free or not, or if there's like a free trial. I'm always looking up for different apps stuff. So make sure that you guys go and actually do that. Also, remember, you can do content day or throughout the week. Once you start getting some of this stuff for your business, like, again, we want you to have action steps. So if you're like, man, this is just too much, you know what, get your photos up. That's what matters. So if you're just getting good lighting on your pictures to nice and brighten those, like that's a start right there. So don't get too consumed with, oh my gosh, what do I do? Learn to just look at some of these pictures and copy some of the wording to start having your own so that you can start doing that. And most of the time, you guys, if you went into any of our stories, any of the top leaders or people that have been doing this for a while, they're really showing a lot of their life or the photos that happen throughout their week or weekend. And then they'll include like now hiring, like who's looking for work from home position, stuff like that, or the before and after. So it's not like that's all her stories are. We just kind of sprinkle them through. So that's the most important thing is I don't want to paralyze you guys and go, oh my gosh, I'm not good at this. It's a practice thing. And once you got it, you'll get it. But I'm so appreciative of you sharing this, Ashlyn, because so many people just don't even know where to go or what apps to get. So if we can just knock this out with the masses on here are the top apps. And I feel like these have been around for many years for us. So it's not like, oh my gosh, a new app every other month or a new app every year. I have had these, cow, like years, So the same thing, the same filter that I use in Lightroom, I've had for probably 5 years. So I haven't even changed that. So would you agree on that?
Yes, yes, I've used these forever.
So that's good news. So once you guys get it, it's going to be super easy and you can
Yeah.
guide, people to this. Any other last minute little,
So I did see where somebody asked me if I used a tripod, if I do video and then screenshot. I don't video and screenshot just because I feel like it distorts it a little bit. Once you screenshot a picture, it kind of pixelates it a lot. So I don't do that, but I do have a tripod, just a big tall selfie stick. It was like, I think it was like $40 honestly on Amazon, but it's lasted me for years. Like I've had that for like 5 or 6 years. I spent so much, like $5, $10 here and there on selfie sticks. And then I invested in one and it's lasted me forever. So I definitely recommend investing in a good selfie stick. And I use the timer and I also have a little clicker. You can do either one. But these pictures, my husband takes this, so I kind of direct him now how to take my pictures. And so whenever you're out and about, get your hubby or whoever to take your pictures. Everywhere I go that I'm dressed up and I have makeup on, just because I don't want to get on there without makeup on. But I will stop and have people take my pictures, and I used to not be comfortable with that. But I just got over it, and now everywhere I go, I take pictures, so I always have content for rainy days. So
you are amazing at that. So I feel like this past weekend, I really unplugged you guys and I have so much content, but I don't want to blast it all in one day. Like that's good content. I need to stretch it out throughout the week. So know that that's your goal this week is start creating some content. Maybe you're going to the grocery store. Maybe you're going to Costco, right? Take some photos of some of your favorite things with the price point. Like, I don't know. My husband's like, you need to start being a Costco person and start sharing everything because people have millions of views on Costco, going to Costco, right? So I'm like, okay, because I love their tacos, we get their avocados. Like, so I can take some photos and some videos in there of like what's new for the season. Like, oh my gosh, there's $20, potted flowers for outside. And now all of a sudden I have that for my stories. And then bam, people are intrigued, want to know what's going on. That's when I'll post before and after photos, like product, post what I'm drinking, where they can get it. Are you looking to make money? So that's really why we wanted to share this video and get this out recorded to you guys so you can start doing that. But it was so helpful, Ashlyn. I saw a bunch of ones earlier. You did amazing. You weren't even nervous. Like you did a great job. So I think that's the main thing is, again, take action, you guys. We have a lot going on. So right now, if you go on my post, you can see in my story, I have on there, it's about $20,000 bonus. I like to dangle out money all the time. I look for money. So there's people out there that look for money. So you can use that. There's people out there that look for trips. The trip post that I did a few weeks or last week or whatever, that got attention and people wanting to join. So you don't know. So do all of the things, but just get that out there. You've got magic in your fingers now, like you can learn. And I appreciate that so much. So Ashlyn, you are on top. You are amazing. Thank you for always sharing. And can you just share what is your Facebook name and your Instagram name?
yes. You want me to put it in the chat real quick?
Yeah, put it in the chat. So this is what we have going on, you guys. We have right now, you can get free peppermint mocha or free peppermint mocha keto coffee. Spending over $100, they will automatically get that. That's for free right now. So know that anything over 150, they'll get free shipping. They get that free frother as well, you know, as their free gift. We also have Ruby bonus 500, Emerald is 1,000, Diamond is 20,000 and on up. And then we have that free trip. So you have a lot to talk about. If you need to look at all, make sure that you're in a few of these pages. Road to VIP, they will always have training in there, the no to, what's on the calendar events. And then also don't forget to download your It Works app so that you will get notifications of what's popping up, because I got a notification today that reminded me about my free coffee. Anybody that orders gets that free coffee. And then always log in. If you don't want to get on your app, go into your eSuite, your website, so that you can see everything that's up to date. You have everything that the number one earner has. So don't think that I have something special. I have the exact same website, the exact same apps as you. I just take the time to go and look and learn and to know. So be in the know. If you want to step up and really start making this business like running like $1 million business, then that's where you're going to go. So I appreciate you guys so much. We will see you. I've got things lined up for week after week for the next few Mondays. So thank you guys again. Thank you, Ashlyn. And we will see you next Monday. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great night.